things that can cause your joystick to smell and what to do about it. A lack of ventilation, poor hygiene, sweat, and infections are common causes of a smelly joystick. Sexually transmitted infections can or may also change the smell of your joystick. Bathing or showering regularly, using latest condoms during sex, and wearing loose-fitting cotton underwear can reduce joystick odor. You can develop balanitis, inflammation on the head of the joystick, if you do not adequately clean your joystick and have residual smegma. Balanitis is more common in people who are uncircumcised. Smegma is a cheese-like substance that consists of dead skin cells, moisture, and oil that collects under the foreskin, skin that covers the head of the joystick. Bacteria or fungal infections, fungal soaps, and uncontrolled diabetes commonly cause balanitis. Balanitis or balanitis, whatever. What you can do to prevent balanitis buildup and reduce your risk of balanitis. Regularly wash your joystick with mild soap and water, taking extra care around your foreskin if you're uncircumcised. Treatment on balanitis may depend on the cause. A healthcare provider may prescribe antibiotics, a steroid cream, or an antifungal cream. Severe cases may require circumcision or surgical removal of the foreskin. Fournier gangrene. This rare form of gangrene is a life-threatening infection of the balls, joystick, or the P-spot, the area between the back and the balls. Fournier gangrene causes the tissues of these organs to die and fall off, which can lead to a foul smell. It is typically secondary to other infections or trauma and may occur with uncontrolled diabetes or other conditions that compromise the immune system. What you can do: seek medical attention right away to prevent irreversible tissue damage. A healthcare provider may prescribe antibiotics and surgical removal of the affected area. Poor ventilation. The joystick is mostly confined in the underwear and the pants. This lack of ventilation traps dead skin cells and sweat against your joystick and your balls. Similar to what happens to your feet when confined in socks and shoes for long periods. What you can do: wear underwear made with a breathable fabric like cotton to increase ventilation and reduce smell. Be sure to change your underwear frequently and wash your underwear after each use. Non-gonococcal urethritis. Non-gonococcal urethritis, NGU, is an inflammation of the urethra commonly caused by STIs like chlamydia. NGU causes swelling and abnormal discharge from the joystick that may have a foul odor. What you can do: a healthcare provider may prescribe antibiotics to treat the underlying infection, which can resolve NGU. You may need different antibiotics if symptoms do not clear up within 6 weeks. Sexually transmitted infections. You might have a sexually transmitted infection, STI, if you notice an abnormal discharge from your joystick which smells. Smelly discharge from the urethra can be a symptom of genital herpes. The odor can vary from ammonia smell to a mushroom smell. Most people with genital herpes do not have any symptoms. Other STIs may cause smelly discharge from the urethra, such as chlamydia and gonorrhea. What you can do to reduce your risk of STI: use latest condoms when engaging in sexual activity. See a healthcare provider if you notice a discharge from the urethra. There is no cure for genital herpes. Medications can reduce symptoms and prevent the infection from spreading. Antibiotics can get rid of chlamydia and gonorrhea. Sweat. Apocrine glands are large sweat glands that secrete more fat and proteins than other sweat glands. They are largely responsible for body odor. Apocrine glands are only found in certain parts of your body, such as the armpit and groin. Your joystick may smell similar to your armpit after a long day of sweating. What you can do: bathe or shower regularly to get rid of sweat and odor-causing bacteria on the skin. Wearing loose-fitting cotton underwear keeps sweat from building up in your genital area. You can also use a deodorant made for the groin or genitals to prevent odor. Urinary tract infections. A urinary tract infection, UTI, is a bacterial infection that commonly affects the urethra. It may cause urine that smells bad, which may cause a smelly joystick. Other symptoms include frequent or painful urination. It is important to see a healthcare provider if you develop UTI symptoms. Urine culture can confirm the diagnosis, and antibiotics can get rid of the infection and prevent complications. Hydrating well and ensuring that you're completely emptying your bladder when you use the bathroom can help prevent UTIs. Yeast infections and overgrowth of the fungus Candida can cause a yeast infection, thrush, of the joystick, which is most common in people with diabetes and people who are not circumcised. Common symptoms include burning, itching, or redness. You may develop white discharge from the joystick that has a foul smell. What you can do: antifungal medicines typically treat a yeast infection. A healthcare provider may recommend a lotion, peel, powder, or skin cream. What does your cum smell like? It is normal for your cum to have an odor. A change in scent, say if cum smells foul, can be a sign of health concern. Ammonia, bleach, or chlorine. Your cum is slightly alkaline, basic, which is opposite of acidic on the pH scale. You might notice your cum commonly smells like alkaline substance, such as ammonia, bleach, or chlorine. The kitty is slightly acidic. Your cum might smell slightly different than normal after having intimate connection with a kitty haver. Cum may have a slightly different color if the urethra fills with discharge from an infection like chlamydia or gonorrhea. You might have heard that eating certain foods can change the smell of cum. There is not enough research to support this claim, but it may be possible. How to avoid or prevent a smelly joystick. Some ways to minimize joystick and cum odor include: bathe or shower regularly, and make sure to pull back the foreskin and clean the skin underneath if you're uncircumcised. Cleanse your joystick after ejaculation to clear off the excess cum. Opt for a water-based lubricant instead of oil-based lubricants or saliva for sexual activity. Trim your hair to prevent a buildup of bacteria, dirt, and sweat. Use latex condoms correctly if you are sexually active. Wear loose-fitting underwear made from cotton or breathable fabrics. The reason your joystick has a funky smell could be due to sweat, lack of ventilation, poor hygiene, STI, or smegma buildup. It is important to practice good hygiene and use soap to get rid of any bacteria that could cause an odor. If the smell persists, you may need to contact a healthcare provider to find out if you have an underlying health condition. And if you find this video helpful, do not forget to leave a comment down there below in the comment section. Like this video, share, subscribe, turn on the notification button so that you don't miss out whenever I upload new videos. Still girl gracious, and I'm going to see you next time on the next one. Bye.